Hi, how are you? It's Diane Banks, voice actress and radio personality in Chicago. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other vids. I've got over 250 for you, including my newest uploads like Did Disney Steal Zootopia? So I hope you'll watch that. And actually, you guys left some great comments about that and other vids too. We'll get to those at the end of the video, so please hang around till the end for your comments. And yes, again, please subscribe. So thanks in advance for that. What I wanted to start out talking to you guys about today is, well, actually two things today. The big movie ride, Universe of Energy, were these closings a mistake? And then we'll talk about the ride vehicles for a second or two. But absolutely looking forward to your comments on these. I really want to know what you think. I'm definitely having trouble with the closing of the Great Movie Ride, and I'll just gab with you about this a little bit as we scroll through some of this. Because I think compared to other rides and making a case for the closing, like Universe of Energy, I kind of get that. I think closing the big movie ride is a mistake, and I'm having trouble letting go of that. And I really want to know what you think about it. I just feel like it was the centerpiece of the park, the glue that held it together. I'm not finding the right word. What's the word when something is the glue that holds it together? The centerpiece, the cohesive piece. And without it, it just seems like it's kind of the theme is falling apart unless they're changing the theme. You know, they're going to have Star Wars there, and they're going to have a bit of Toy Story, so it's like a mishmash. I'm not sure what the idea is. But, oh, and here's just a thought on the detail. Did you ever notice this in the hieroglyphics in the Great Movie Ride where Raiders of the Lost Ark is, where they had Donald Duck serving Mickey? How cute is that with the cheese or whatever that is? I thought that was neat. And then here's some Universe of Energy in here, too. I want to know your thoughts on that, too, if you think it was a mistake. I kind of wish they had reworked Universe of Energy and instead of getting rid of it, like maybe, you know, keeping the ride vehicles, doing something with the dinosaurs. But it was dated, and I think it needed change big time. The movie was bad. You know, you kind of, once you see the dinosaurs and that cool swampiness and the smells and everything, you love that part, and then you're stuck in the ride vehicle watching a movie, and it's like, no, this isn't working. Oh, it's closed. So I kind of get that, but Great Movie Ride, again, I don't get that. It's the centerpiece. Yes, it needed some upgrading, but the other thing I'm thinking too, I can't imagine it, like look at all the work of it. Think of the amount of work and money and animatronics that went into this thing. Are we really going to get that kind of a payoff with a Mickey Mini ride? I hope I'm wrong. I don't see it. And here's another one of the hieroglyphics. Did you notice this one too? And Great Movie Ride. See, this is the thing. It was loaded with amazing things like this. C-3PO, R2-D2 in the hieroglyphics on the walls too, and you know, scrolling through all these wonderful moments. They had a walkthrough, I guess, for people at the end too. But this is what I'm talking about. Like now it's going to be this mishmash, right? We had Great Movie Ride here. Well, now it's going to be Mickey. Then you got Star Wars. You got Pixar, Toy Story. It's like, well, what's the cohesive theme anymore? I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not getting it, and I just, like I said, I really wish they had upgraded. Granted, it's over, it's gone, but I guess I felt like I needed to do a little farewell, even if only 2 or 3 people watch this. But remember this too. Oh my gosh, all the work in that. It's just amazing. James Cagney and Raiders, and I got some repeats going on here in Wizard of Oz. But you know, and here's where we're left now. This is going to replace it. I love Mickey and Minnie, but seriously, shouldn't this be at the Magic Kingdom? I feel like Iger is kind of just putting things wherever and not really thinking in terms of theme and where things should go. Like this, you know, should this stuff be at Universe of Energy, where that was in Epcot? I don't know. I just feel like things are just being placed in places, and I like the Tron thing, though. I have to say, that's good placement. Tron next to Space Mountain. That was smart. But a lot of this, like the Slinky Dog over by, you know, this will be a good thing, I think, the gondola rides. But, so that's just my thought, and we're kind of back around to the top here. And I really want to know what you think whether you think it was a mistake or not. I would say, like I said about Universe of Energy, I would say that one I could live without, but I really think of all of the things that they've replaced, Great Movie Ride probably should have stuck around, or just, gotten an upgrade or something. Okay, so the other thing before we wrap up that I wanted to talk about was the traveling theater cars, the traveling ride vehicles that are potentially no more. Do you think that they'll do anything with traveling theater cars now that these two rides are gone? Because that was one of the coolest things about both of them. They had this amazing technology, which I'll talk to you a little bit more about in a second, and give you a link if you want to learn more about it. But both of them. Look at these vehicles were the coolest thing, weren't they? And still today they don't look dated. I don't think. I think they're pretty amazing, and the company who made them is still making them and still solid. They actually, not to get on a side note, but they had a walkthrough of this, I guess, the last day. Things either broke down or something, and people actually ended up walking through the ride. But anyway, let's take a peek at that real quick before we wrap up this in-depth look at Disney's traveling theater car. It's from Theme Park University. I'll put a link so you can learn more. I'm going to speed through this really quickly, but just to give you the quick rundown, in 1976 in Holland there was a company that's still in business that created the driverless vehicles used in factories and warehouses to transport boxes from one point to another. Disney Imagineering saw the technology and thought, why not use this to transport our guests through a show building and get hundreds of people in and out pretty quickly and smoothly. So isn't that cool? That's the history of that, and then they give you some things about the magnetic guides and the seats in the moving cars. It's just amazing technology. So do you think they're going to do anything with this technology anymore, or do you think these amazing ride vehicles are now a thing of the past since we don't have Universe of Energy or Great Movie Ride anymore? I want to know what you think about that. Now, somebody in the comments here noted that the technology is actually called Automated Guided Vehicle, or AGV, trackless ride. Same technology, and mentioned that Tower of Terror has something similar. I've never been on that ride, believe it or not. I'm kind of a chicken on those kind of rides. But let me know if you know more about that, if the Tower of Terror has something similar. They're saying that the technology lives on there, but in terms of the other vehicles, I would love to see them at least do something with that. Do you think they'll do anything with the ride vehicles? Do you think they'll do anything with any of the animatronics from any of these rides, or the dinosaurs or anything? I don't know what they're going to do with all this stuff. I hope they save them and we don't see them in an auction somewhere. That would be depressing. But so that's my thoughts here. Let me know what you think about whether it was a mistake to close them. What do you think about the ride vehicles? Anything else related to those two attractions you want to talk about, or anything else Disney related? And we'll wrap up with your comments here. I mentioned my video that I did most recently about Did Disney Steal Zootopia? Some great comments from you guys there. TV Matt KC says, just going by the character artwork, Goldman's characters look awfully generic and quite frankly look derivative of other movies and cartoons. See this pic to prove my point. And he gave us some artwork to look at, which is really cool. And that's very interesting comment, that it does kind of look derivative, doesn't it? Some of these characters. So I guess that would hurt that theory that they took his artwork. We know the screenplay, he didn't produce anything there for his legal case, but I thought this was kind of interesting, so thanks for sharing that. Pretty cool. And also about that same video, Clay Carmichael says, I think he just wanted money. He had no proof that they copied him besides the drawings. And then finally here, one more of my videos, Disney's Moana. Let's see, Disney's Moana Easter eggs you haven't seen, so if you want to watch that, this is the little thumbnail you'd be looking for. And the comment here comes from SPAY or Space 93, who says, the reason I don't think Stitch is the monster, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that scene underwater? Stitch hates the water. Ah, good theory there. So great comments as always, you guys. Please keep leaving those. Don't forget to subscribe, and I really want to know what you think about two of our favorite rides that are now forever gone. All right, take care. We'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.